I first met Nate in, I believe it was 87, 1987.
You were about 20.
Yeah, I was about 22, I guess, 23. And at the time I was working with Joe Sample, and we did a gig at Royce Hall in LA at UCLA.
UCLA, yeah.
And that was my first time getting an opportunity to actually play with him.
I was just going to say, every performance is memorable. I mean, I feel like every night it just gets tighter and tighter, and I feel like Sonny, you know, he was already so good, but just gets better and better every day, you know. And for a bass player, you couldn't wish for more.
And vice versa on the drumming side. Like I said, we're a team, and we're hired to create something together that supports the artist. And so, you know, it's just been an honor every night. I mean, yeah, Nate is exactly right. I mean, every night is special for us because we approach it with, you know, with love and passion every night, and we're trying to get better every night. So I don't think one particular performance stands out in particular, but, you know, we're just striving every single performance to make it as good as it can possibly be.
And you know, you dig a groove, and this is like you just keep getting deeper.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Pretty soon you can't get out of there.
You're right. In a hole that you can't get out of, known as the pocket.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very, very important for the bass and drums to become basically one instrument. And then you build the house, the musical house, on that one foundation. But it takes two willing parties to be able to find out where the other party is living and meet in the middle so that you can create something together, you know. But we're able to do that and have fun at the same time. You know?
And listening is such a big part. Listening and trusting.
Yeah.
Because whenever I put the note down, it's like with the bass drum, it's just simultaneously, but I don't have to worry that I'm going to be in front or behind or you're going to be in front.
Yeah.
You just trust this one location that downbeat is going to be in. And for me, the song is, every bar is the new downbeat, the new opportunity to make it.
To get it right, exactly. Exactly.
Every bar.
Right, exactly. And when you do that as a duo consistently, then that is what creates that groove. I mean, you know, any bass drum duo that you've heard in the past has been really successful. As far as the groove, that's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know, it's easy to start off with the focus. So you start the tune and you're concentrating, but then as it goes, a lot of people will just drift, and then pretty soon it's not as focused toward the end. But the story is even more important by that point.
Exactly.
So up until the last note, it has to be focused, and that's one of the things that Joe Sample used to always try to drill into us, that, you know, don't just start and then let it go.
Just stay locked into it, you know. And that's a whole mental kind of telepathy thing that we have to do. I mean, Nate is standing kind of in front of me and out downstage, you know, but I'm always out of the corner of my eye, just looking at his body language, checking out, you know, kind of how he's feeling, where we need to feel, and we're checking out Eric, and just we're navigating the whole. There's a big triangle there.
And I have one eye back here so that I can just keep it on Sonny the whole time.
That's a brushes out of my But we have a lot of fun, and it's the fun is the challenge of being able to lock that groove in and make it feel the way it's supposed to feel every night. You know.
Well, again, like we've been saying, for me, the drums are the foundation. He's the lie detector test. He keeps us honest.
You're right.
You know, I mean, literally, somebody has to be the one that says, "Come on, everybody, you have to be in here." You know, like, if this was a beat, you can be anywhere in here, but you have to be inside of there.
Exactly.
And nobody can be outside of like sheep. So you're like a sheep herder. But it gives us something, and for me, it's just a nice place to. And then at the end of the day, you want it to just feel good.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You want it to feel yummy, like wow, that was so nice. I want to hear that again.
Yeah, exactly.
And so for me, the drums are the DNA, the ground zero for the beat, the groove, the song, the dynamics,
Yeah, right.
everything.
Yeah. The bass to me it plays a similar role. I would go even as far as to say the bass is the glue on top of I'm trying to lay the concrete. Here comes the glue for the other parts, and that glue is the bass part, because it's a melodic instrument, but it's a rhythmic instrument as well. And of course, Nathan plays so beautifully melodically as well as the foundation of the groove, and has mastered how to do both basically simultaneously without getting in the way of or detracting from either one. So that's what it means to me. And I know I can depend on him, and that's what you need when it's like going out on the battlefield. You want to have your best guy with you to make sure that you win, and so that's what the bass, that's the importance of what it means.
It's like sometimes I look at it like, say, a basketball team or something like that, where did we win the game that night?
Yeah, right, definitely.
After the gig. And so when we go out there, we have to not be individuals, but we have to pass the ball to each other.
Right, exactly.
And we have to think in terms of what's going on around me, and how am I going to be able to help the conversation and be here to serve what's going on.
Exactly, and to assist. It's, there are nights where sometimes there may be a little quirky something, but, Nathan will do something to cue, or, we just all have to have each other's back in order for us to stay the course together and to win the game together. Because it's not the quarters, you want to win the whole game.
Right.
So it's not enough to just play 2 or 3 songs great. You need to, that set overall needs to be a good set, great set.
And we're not talking perfection either.
No.
Because if there's a clam or a mistake, that's really, you get to see what you're made of.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
Steve Roney used to say, never make the same mistake once.
I love that, yeah, right.
But what the whole mission is first of all, we have an audience there that's involved as well. So we are in there to make sure the big picture and that is honest. And so if there's it's not about perfection or virtuosity.
No.
You could play anything.
Yeah, right.
But the times that I feel like it just tickles almost is when you just simply just put that groove down there, and it's infectious, and it's a lovely thing.
Right, exactly. And the audience, they feel that right away, And if you do that from beat one and you try to make that your goal every bar of every song, they feel it. It's an emotional thing. And especially when it starts on the bottom. It starts on the bottom like that. Everything on the top is just icing. It's like a cake. So
each song is kind of like a day, the sun rises and you get, okay, great, we're gonna start. So when you're starting, everybody's all focused, but then you go through times where you might lose a little focus or something, but you have to get there. And then by the time the sun is setting, you say, okay, we made it through the day, and then let's put a cap on the ending, and sometimes they shut the door.
Right, exactly, because the challenge is concentrating for a complete hour and a half, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Complete, not 30 minutes, not 42 minutes, not 60 minutes, an hour and 90 minutes from the first beat to that last downbeat, is the actual goal. And
your intensity is as strong on the last song as it is on the first. The first song seems like, wow, that was 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
But to stay up like that, and it's just like the team. They, oh man, we're tired. 4 quarters.
Right, exactly.
But they still have to. The quarter that might be the even score.
Right.
And in order to win, somebody's going to have to go.
Yeah.
Just
you got to keep
extra.
it. Yeah, exactly. And so it becomes a physical challenge too.
Especially for you.
But because it ramps up, and you can't drop the ball an hour and 15 minutes into the game.
Wow.
You don't want to fumble. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you're about to score. So it's all a.
And the buzzer beater always comes from Sonny. You're the king of beating the buzzer. It's just the mentality is one of you train, and I know because I see you at the gym and you're up there training and swimming,
Yeah.
And just like you come physically prepared, and then there's a warm up before the show, and your gig is really physical.
Yeah, it is. It is, and so
as well as mental.
Mental, yeah.
So we're kind of combining everything, years of experience, and everything, so that we can make that 2 hours.
2 hours as best as it can possibly be for the audience, because we do it for them. You know, so.
And as a bonus, we get to have fun in the meantime.
Yeah, exactly. Have big time fun. I mean, for me, I've always loved the Yamaha drums. And when I began my I started playing professionally early, but when I moved to Los Angeles in '86, it was always a goal of mine. I really wanted to endorse the drums and be on the Yamaha team. I felt from the first time that I sat down to play the instrument that the instrument accommodated what I wanted to say and what I wanted to convey musically, as well as it being super, super comfortable to me. They just have a certain feel to them that I just didn't get, with other products. And then when you put on top of that the reliability of touring, and you know how touring can put hurting on your gear if it's not the right gear. It's been very durable. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that really sold me too. Hagiwara signed me, and I was doing a ton of clinics all over the world, and we would have different kits everywhere, but it felt like the same kit. And now it's right. It was the consistency of how the kits felt, and even when I have to do backline, if I get a Yamaha kit and the dimensions are roughly what I want, I'm pretty much at home because they feel great. The craftsmanship is remarkable.
Yeah, and the first Yamaha bass that I was put in my hand was right here in Tokyo.
Oh, wow.
Given to me by Hagi.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
It was down at a club called the Pit Inn. And it was 42 years ago.
Wow.
And the amazing thing is that ever since then, I've only played Yamaha basses because, as a matter of fact, he was just letting me try it. And then I said, "You're not going home."
I love it.
I have to take this home. So
who were you playing with?
And we were doing a Lee Ritenour.
Oh, right, Lee.
Yeah, with Don Grusin.
Oh, yeah. Was Harvey playing?
And it was Alex Cunha.
Alex, okay.
And so we were having a great time. But the way I knew to look out for Hagi was I was at A&M, and Dave Grusin, Ritenour were recording, and the bass sound was just incredible. And it was Abe Laboriel was playing. Okay. And I just said, apart from your great playing, what is this instrument that I'm hearing? And he showed me, and it was Yamaha bass.
Yeah.
And he told me about Hagi and said, he's the man to see.
Yeah, he was the man. And was Alex playing Yamaha at the time?
And he was playing Yamaha at the time. So
and see, I was hearing those guys too.
Don Grusin was playing Yamaha. So, and again, the consistency. I was recording one song called "Oh Yeah" for Kazumasa Oda, the great friend and artist here, and I didn't have a bass, so Yamaha delivered the 6-string right out of the case. I plugged it in, it was in tune. Boom. I recorded this song, and when I came back, they said this song sold 6 million singles.
Oh, wow.
So that was a lucky bass. But that's the consistency. Like, you take it out of the case, play the song, and it's amazing to me the standard of quality.
Quality, exactly.
That's in these instruments.
Yeah, and I mean, and quite frankly, as a Yamaha artist, I'm completely spoiled. I just am because of those qualities. It's you get used to, it's like driving a Rolls Royce as opposed to like some other, it's the absolute best.
And we've, over the years, let's say 4 decades plus. I've been receiving basses, and then I take them out of the case. I say, how can it get any better than this?
Yeah.
But it keeps getting better.
Right, exactly.
And we developed the signature model, and many visits to the Yamaha guitar shop, in
tweaking.
Yeah, tweaking in North Hollywood, taking pickups in and out with my friend Ken DePron, who runs the guitar section. And so came over there. Okay, let's put the pickups this way. Let's put them sideways. Okay, up and down.
Diagonal.
Wind them.
Yeah,
and
right.
we tried so many things and the neck. Oh, it's too thin. It's too thick. So we tried all of these things. Pickups. What kind of variations on the preamp inside and inside, outside. And we came up with an instrument now that I take everywhere with me.
And Hagi we did the same thing with my signature snare drum. He sent me prototype after prototype after prototype. Try this. What do you like about this? And we finally got something that I felt was a multi-dimensional drum.
Right.
I can use that drum in any setting. I can tune it up. A lot of drums, if you tune them way up, you lose the low mids and the bottom. So the tonality is so thin, but that drum, it just, wherever you tune it, you're going to get a full range. You'll get the pop, but you'll get a full range, and it's really meaty. So
we get the pop every night at the Budokan.
Oh, yeah.
The last note.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I love that.
It's amazing. I mean, that's a commercial for
for the snare.
For your snare.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's the hands down to me. I mean, and that's why I've only endorsed Yamaha drums for like the past, it's been for me, let's see, maybe 40 years.
Yeah.
Almost 40 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the reason it's the number one.
And I know
company.
you probably have the same issue. It's like, I know you got 1 million basses at home, 1 million Yamaha basses.
Right.
You can't.
900,000.
Yeah. But I'm sure it's like Reggie and I, my drum tech, we had to clean house. I had so much gear, and I loved it all. I wanted to keep. I wanted to keep it all, But I want to, because I love everything.
Yeah.
It's not. Because they all have distinct personalities.
Yeah.
And
all of my basses are like children.
Yeah.
Me,
exactly.
And there's fretless, and then you hear, okay, this bass was played on Footloose. This one changes the world.
Exactly.
This one,
Yeah, exactly.
So it's fun to hear. They're like children.
Like the very first kit that I got from Yamaha was a Sunburst, the Birch recording custom kit. That's what I used on Touch the World.
Wow.
And man, that kit.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah, exactly. And that kit, it held up in 18 months on the road with Earth, Wind and Fire, set up, breakdown, sounded great every single night, and it still sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And same, it's comforting, it's refreshing, and it's to know that anywhere in the world I go, I can just ask for the signature BBNE2, and it's going to be everything that I need in an instrument. I call it the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, exactly.
of basses, because I can take it into any situation, recording situation, and get exactly what I need, and then go on stage and play live.
Yeah.
And one instrument, all the sounds that I could ever wish for.
Yeah. So, quality gear. I want to continue to work with Nathan and Eric. I want to continue to do that. I'm in the process of, I have a new band called The Seventh Time, which is a funk rock group. We're in the studio recording that on the side around the tours that I'm doing with Eric. So my focus is basically going to be just that band and whatever, Eric wants me to do. And I'm spending a lot of time producing, a lot more time singing now and playing keys and writing. After I play the drum track, then it's, okay, production hat, goes on. And so that's my focus now.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I hope we continue to play until we can't play anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And, much like Sonny, music has become our lives. And I realize too, one of the most important productions for me too has been my family. I was blessed with twins, a son and daughter, 22 years ago.
Right.
And as it turns out, my son has become my favorite musician, playing the piano and organ. He grew up. We had a Yamaha grand piano in the house, so he grew up with this, and So my dream is to do something I've never done, is to make an album with my son, a duo album.
Well, yeah.
And tour and travel
yeah,
together.
Right.
Just because it's just so exciting to see somebody so young.
Yeah.
That
jump in.
It has the spirit.
Yeah.
And,
my kids are involved in the new band as well.
oh, great.
And yeah, Nicholas is singing and writing, and Nigel is mixing and engineering the whole thing.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that's been, I've been grateful to have them be a part and be blessed with the gift of music, because they got it early. And so,
amazing.
So now we're working together, and I know the joy that you feel when you do it. It's like I look at them and I go, wow, I'm in the studio with my kids.
Right.
Right. And they're doing their thing, so.
Nothing better.
Yep, exactly.
So please give your message to young musicians to make a career.
Yeah, well,
good luck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they need a little bit of that too. Nathan has always been a musician that I've admired, not simply because of his mastery of the instrument and his musicality, but because of the person that he is. He's a very, very genuine person. He's grounded. And if I have to give any advice to kids, I tried to model myself after guys like Nate, who lived living life with integrity, playing music with integrity, always a gentleman, and just, being well-rounded. So that's what I want to just impress upon the younger guys now, and ladies, if you're getting into music, be ready for some disappointments. You're not going to always win, or the situations aren't going to always turn out the way that you would hope for them to, but just continue to try and move forward. Stay true to the craft,
Yeah, absolutely.
And
well, first of all, I'm going to give you my credit card. Saying all those beautiful, nice things.
Yeah, come on, give it to me.
No, but music is what we do, and sometimes the line is blurred between, is it who you are, or is it
what you do? Right, exactly.
And I maintain that we were people first, and we're going to be people after.
Right, exactly.
And so, but music is what we do, but we do it with so much love and so much passion, it almost becomes, this is who the person is. And you can tell a lot about a person by the notes that come out of their instrument.
Yeah, exactly.
And but the one thing that I think you make a good point when you stress the human element and the humanity that comes with your playing as well.
Right, exactly.
And this is one of those things that it shouldn't have anything to do with how much you're making, or because you're still going to bring the same love, whether the gig is for 20 people or 20,000 or 200,000 people. It's the same. You're not going to play less, and you're not going to be less of a person. So those are the things I think our young musicians should realize. You have to do it because it's in your heart, and this is something you love.
Right, exactly.
And it's not for, you can't do it for followers.
No, yeah, right. For likes.
For likes, for money. No, it has to be something that you're doing because you love this, and regardless of what anybody says, you're going to do this.
Because the ups and the downs are going to come, and if you have the love for it, the love will get you through those down periods. Right. That's what keeps motivating you to continue to move forward. So, And
we're in a completely different music environment than we were when we started playing.
Oh, yeah.
So
the paradigm has definitely shifted.
Yeah.
This is a totally different industry now.
So for our young musicians, they have to figure out how to navigate this
paradigm
scenario for where we are in music, just like we had to figure it out when we came through.
Yeah, right, exactly. And it's a different set of circumstances, but there is a way to navigate it. Keep God first in your life. That's been very important to me.
Absolutely.
And that kind of just paves, kind of sets the direction for me, period. And I've just been blessed to just be able to be successful at it. And I pray that, I'll continue to be able to be successful. But the humility factor is very, very important. as well.
Yeah, it's a people business.
Yeah,
you know, and every
exactly.
time you get on stage, you know, there's 8 other people over there, each with their own story, with their own life. So, you know, I'm not as concerned with telling my story as I am about finding out what everybody
Hearing
else's
somebody.
story is.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's sort of a mentality that I love, because it keeps you curious, it keeps you passionate, and you learn.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and you listen as much as you can, and
right.
listen to as much as you can.
Yeah, because when you stop learning, it's over. It really is.
Right.
I mean, you stop growing. The minute you stop learning, you
Yeah.
stop growing.
And now there's so much to choose from. If you're coming up nowadays, you know, you can go on YouTube
Right.
and just see what the masters have done
Right.
50 years
Years
ago.
back.
you know,
Right,
the
exactly.
People that started.
At your fingertips.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And when I look on it, I search for Wes Montgomery, you know, he's just
Yeah.
one of the greatest to ever hold this
right.
instrument.
Exactly. I was listening to Oscar Peterson the other night, just ripping,
Right.
man. So it's there. The information is there. We live in the information age now, so you know, young musicians can take full advantage of, like, basically it's limitless.
Right. And that's something that we didn't necessarily have.
Yeah. Right.
When we were growing up, we had to go to the library.
Yeah. Go to the library. Had to go to the record store.
Right.
You know, had to put that record on. Oh, Gad played this lick right here. Oh, slow it down. What did he do? Slow it down.
By the way, a record store is a place you used to go buy records.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly. And a bookstore is a place where you used to go buy
And now
books.
it's-
Yeah, you're right.
Now it's all on the
on the Kindle,
right.
the tablets. But yeah, it's just important to just, you know, you have to adjust to the environment that you're in. That's funny, because I was just having this conversation with my kids. You know, I was like, you guys, you can be successful, but you have to learn how to navigate within the paradigm that you've been given.
Yeah.
You know?
And everything in your life, whether it's all great news or there's some bad things, it's temporary. It's
Yeah.
short-lived.
Yeah, right, exactly.
If you have a hit, it's temporary.
Right?
If you
Short-lived.
have a miss, it's temporary.
Yeah.
So that way, if you're low and you think, oh man, this is going to be forever, no, it doesn't have to stay like that.
No.
And if you're up there, be careful.
Careful, right? Because it can change.
Yeah, in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, in an instant. So,
Which is why, you know, staying grateful is very important. You know, you just stay grateful, stay humble, and just stay hungry, stay learning. You know, continue to just become a better version of yourself.
Yeah, and especially in our instruments, drum and bass, the most important thing is consistency. You know, so we have to be a constant, and I try to maintain that constant energy and attitude. And now for more than 4 decades, we've been
Right.
going around the world. 81st trip here this time to Japan.
Yeah.
You know,
I haven't been here quite 80 times, probably maybe 40, 41, but
well, you live long enough.
you're right. But that's, you know, and that's the goal. I mean, that integrity, man, and that bar that you've set, you know, for lots of guys, you know, including myself, is, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate your career, you know, because it's a shining example of how you're supposed to do it.
And one of the things I've always appreciated about Yamaha is the standards that they keep, you know, and then they have to be high. You know?
Yeah.
And when you look and see a company that shoots for those high standards,
right.
it elevates your game.
Exactly.
You know? And you want to be a good representative.
Right.
And it's a circle. It's vice versa. You know. It's so. But yeah, let's keep doing it.
Yeah, baby. So we're doing our best to represent the Yamaha family, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bass and drums forever. Yeah. Yamaha.